2016, we've divided our product line at Gibson USA into two parallel lines. The high performance line and the traditional line. Model for model, we'll have a comparable model in both lines. What differentiates them is the feature set in each line. So the high performance models, as the name implies, has higher performance features in them, such as the latest generation of the G-Force tuners, the titanium zero fret adjustable nut, the high performance wider fingerboard, not as wide as the 2015 models. We split the difference, so it's less than 1.5 millimeters wider than our traditional necks, but it's still higher performance and gives you a bit more room for bending and vibrato techniques. We also have new profiled frets. They're full radius on the ends, and we've added a buffing operation, so they bend like glass, very effortless and smooth. And with the full radius, it's a smooth feel on the neck, and with the buffing process, it also breaks that sharp edge, so it feels like a nice worn neck, very smooth. And then one last feature with that is that if the fingerboard shrinks and expands, like that can happen, because of that full radius, if it would shrink slightly, the fret ends aren't going to have that sharp, objectionable point to them. So that's another nice feature. We also have genuine mother of pearl shell inlay on all the high performance guitars as well. Next, we have the full access, fast access neck heel. So now you have better access, unobstructed, to the highest fret regions. And then after that, we have a lot of exciting new electronics. We've developed a new switch for the high performance models. It still uses our threaded actuator, so we can put our switch caps on it, like all our historic models. But what's new and improved are the internal contacts are gold plated, so now they're going to be less prone to intermittent operation due to oxidation. In addition to that, we worked on the feel. We wanted to provide a very smooth feel, but still very positive and locking, when it's in its respective position, and also quieter operation. Over the years we found, our traditional switch at higher volumes will have a prominent click or sound. So we wanted to make sure that it was quieter microphonically. We've done extensive testing and we've accomplished that with the switch. It's also very durable because we have pins, through the side of it, so it's going to be a lot more stable in, if it takes any kind of hit, inside a case or bag, so it's not going to blow apart the switch. In addition to that, on the jack, we now have gold-plated contacts on the jack, and they're radiused, so they make a radius contact around the jack, so now you have more surface contact area. So again, better conductivity and less intermittent operation due to oxidation. Now for the real exciting stuff, we still have 4 push-pull pots on the Les Paul Standard, but for the high performance edition, we have a dip switch circuit, which is this blue switch here, and a dip switch stands for dual inline package. It's a type of switch that allows us to have some different options on our push-pull functions. Number 1 and 2 are for the neck and bridge pickups. When you pull up on the push-pull on the volume controls, it allows you to have the choice of either a tap or a split. A tap is a partial coil split. The pickup tap is going through a filter, so certain frequencies go to ground, certain do not. So the end result is it's a fatter single coil sound. We voiced it to sound like a P90, and you have a balanced output when you're in that mode. The coil split truly shuts off one coil, so you have a slight drop in volume. It's brighter and chimier, but then you'll have 60 cycle hum when you're using them individually. When they're combined with the neck and bridge, they're reverse wind, reverse polarity, so they're still fully hum canceling. But some people like the voice of the split, some people like the voice of the tap. This way you have your choice. Or if you don't really understand the difference, now you can, because you can listen to it. So you can have those, you decide maybe one pickup might be tap, one pickup split. The choice is yours. 3 and 4 on the dip switch add a high pass filter to the volume controls. That's also known as a treble bleed mod. and that's simply a resistor and a capacitor across the volume control. So when you roll it down, you retain the highs. Some people like that in the circuit, some people don't. You have your choice. You may want it on one volume but not the other. The choice is yours. Number 5 is a transient suppression circuit. That is a passive limiter. So when you're recording in a digital environment, like a digital audio workstation or direct into a digital mixing console, it's so hyper clean that you'll get these harsh transients. So this passively, trims those transients or limits the transients. So now you don't have to go back and edit or recut with the limiter. It's passive. Nothing requires any power in this circuit. And with the volumist circuit, it's all quick connect. So on a circuit board, you couldn't effectively do this hand wired. So now we're able to offer all these features because we're able to do it on the circuit board like that. In addition to that, since the pickups are quick connect, we also will be supplying quick connect adapter cables with every guitar, just for those players who may want to put in a different pickup. If they want to put in even a competitor's pickup, they could plug it into the terminal block on that adapter cable and have comfort knowing that they can swap pickups and not be constrained by the circuit board. So it's a great feature, many features. We also include this sticker. It's a Lexan sticker on the inside of the control cover that has all the functions listed, so you'll always be able to refer to those functions. And then on the outside of the cover, when it's closed, we'll be shipping it with the same information. So now the salespeople have that point of purchase information, to convey to their customer, or the customers can look at it directly themselves. And it's low tax, so they can peel it off when they so choose. So a lot of great features here. The Les Paul Studio will also have the same dip switch circuit with all the same functions, but it will only have the push-pull functions for 1 and 2, which are the bridge pickup tap or split. So a lot of great advanced features electronically in the high performance line. This is the weight relief that we're using in the Les Paul Standard and Les Paul Studio models. It's been engineered to provide more solid core in the center of the body, and then more weight relief, engineered to be more solid, so it's not going to impart too much resonance and potentially cause feedback. We're using this again in the Les Paul Standard and Studio models.